Good morning, people. How are we all this morning? Welcome aboard. Thanks for showing up in your large numbers. We'll just get the other half of the community on board. That's Facebook. Right, that's Facebook on board. Let's have a wee look and see who's in this morning. Right, we'll scroll up. I've seen Stevie Bankier was in quick this morning, so was George. Morning, George. Morning, Lorraine. Morning, Alistair. Right, we're going to always back up at that. Morning, John. Morning, Eddie. Morning, Hugh. Right, back down we go. Morning, Ange. Morning, Lorraine. Morning, Woodpet. Morning, Jeanette. Morning, Lenny. Morning, John Baxter. Morning, Melanie. First of the Facebookers in this morning. Morning, Kirsty. Morning, Peter Morrison. Morning, Fiona Allen. Morning, Mark Telford. David Corns. Morning, Doug Copley out there on Facebook land. Good morning, Barbara Lansborough. Margaret Russell. Rosie McGregor. Alistair Kilpatrick. DJ Marcy Moo. Good morning, DJ Marcy Moo. Good morning, Anne Kane. Right, that seems to be us all on board. We're rocketing up the live audience numbers quite well. So we'll get this broadcast underway, shall we? It's Indie Truck Davey out the truck and at home in his office, as he always is these days, because I'm sort of semi-retired. And it's the 20th of the 2nd, 2025, and outside it is an enormously warm 12 degrees. Anyway, first up this morning, we have the Daily Record. I don't put the Rancid up and I don't put the Scum up. But the Daily Record, it goes on a football story. Apparently the San Francisco 49ers owners are making a bid to buy Glasgow Rangers. So there you go, football story to start the day. Next up we have the Times, and this got a really interesting headline in it, so I'll stick it up if I can find the bloody thing. Here we go, the Times. Right, the Times has water regulator secretly paid out uncapped expenses for staff. Now, apparently, the Water Industry Commission for Scotland is under investigation for spending which doesn't make civil service standards. In other words, they've been giving their employees company credit cards and allowing them to run a savvy on them. Right, but what was interesting to me about that was Water Industry Commission for Scotland. I thought, hey, what's that all about? But we'll get to that in a minute. Main headline, Zelensky is no dictator, Starmer tells Trump. And the US president trades barbs with Ukrainian leader. Okay, but the main headline is not something we need to get into. Trump siding with the Russians. He's dumped his allies in Europe. He's shatting his own veterans and his own people. And he's cuddling up to a dictator. But as I say, the one that interested me this morning was water regulator secretly paid out uncapped expenses for staff. They say the water regulator is called the Water Industry Commission for Scotland. And I thought, why the fuck do we have a water industry regulator for Scotland when there is only one? water company. I thought we'd better have a wee look in case I'm wrong and there is more than one water company in Scotland. So I had a wee look. And I didn't have to go any further than AI. I didn't need to go any further than AI for Google. In Scotland, there is only one water company called Scottish Water, which provides all water and sewage services across the country, meaning there is only one water company operating in Scotland. I thought, well, that's exactly what I thought. So why do we need an industry commission? And I thought, well, where did this fucking thing come from? And who put it in place? So I had a wee look. We'll take that down. I had a wee look to see how long this commission had been in existence. The Water Industry Commission for Scotland, WICS, was established in 2005 and its primary role is to act as the economic regulator of Scottish water, setting price caps for household customers and overseeing the non-household retail market, essentially ensuring customers receive good value and quality water services from Scottish Water. It is considered an executive non-departmental body under the Scottish Government. So for some reason, even though Scottish Water has been independently operating for generations, and I mean generations, the Labour and Lib Dem coalition at the beginning of the devolution thought they needed a water industry commission to regulate the water companies. Do you think they were planning on selling out Scottish Water? Because that's what it fucking looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. But see, that was interesting. That was an interesting headline today. And I thought, geez, what a waste of money put in place by the Lib Dem Labour coalition in the early days of devolution. Jobs for the boys, maybe? Don't know. Anyway, let's move on. What's the Telegraph got for us this morning? I'll put it up. It's here somewhere. Sounds like a window cleaner's arrived, folks, so we might just see somebody pop up at the window here in the ladder. Right, anyway, the Daily Telegraph has Trump attacks dictator Zelensky. Well, Zelensky was actually voted in 75% of popular vote. I blow this up because that doesn't really interest me. What Trump said in America yesterday at Mar-a-Lago was absolutely loon balls. Loon balls. He stated that Ukraine had started the war. Newsflash, Donald. Ukraine was invaded. And Zelensky hasn't just got 4% popularity in his own country. It's 57 last time I looked. But the one that interested me was out here. SNP let trans women use female toilets unlawfully. And I thought, SNP let trans women use women's toilets unlawfully. I thought, that's fucking interesting. Well, we're waiting on the tent showing up at the door of the headquarters then, won't we? Because as far as I know, the SNP only employ a few people out of the headquarters, which is their only property, as far as I know, apart from constituency offices, which won't have male and female toilets. They'll just have one toilet. They were letting people at the headquarters who are transgender use women's toilets. I thought I didn't know anybody at headquarters was transgender, so I need to look into it. But unlawfully, SNP lets trans women use female toilets unlawfully. For a start, this stuff is all go to Davy. What's happening in workplaces and community spaces. And the SNP don't run them. That's local authorities and private companies. This is a bollocks bullshit headline. And this is supposed to be a serious rag. The Telegraph. We spoke about it yesterday. When it comes to workers' rights and equalities, nothing to do with the Scottish Government. What the Scottish Government, they have some power hour is equal access to make sure that minorities are no treated badly by the Westminster government. By employers here in Scotland. But all the rest of it's all Westminster and reserved. So if somebody out there in the business world is allowing shared spaces for ablutions and toiletry reasons, that's up to them. They're the ones that are interpreting the law, and the law's meted out for Westminster. So it's a bollocks made up story. But you expect better for what they call one of the serious rags, or the broadsheets. No, we'll take that down. See, what an absolute nonsense headline. Right, moving on. The Daily Field. That's got a crack of the day, no? It's an absolute crack of the day. See if we can find the bloody thing. The Daily Field. We're doing well. We're hitting them right away this morning. What the Chief Whip saw. Cracker. Tory trapped with 12 naked women in a brothel. Minister Rishi called Peckin useless. Suella's wild 10-minute rant. And sordid encounters galore. His eye-popping diaries. See page 12 and 13. Now, I was almost tempted to go and buy this rag just to have a wee insight in this guy's diaries. Because, for those who don't know, the job of the whip is to find out all the shit and people, MPs' backgrounds, so that they can be blackmailed and bullied into voting with the government on anything at all. That's the job of party whips. And it would appear the Tories have been digging up and carrying shite and hiding shite from the public, and their whips have been hiding shit from the public so that they could blackmail MPs into doing whatever the cabinet wanted them to do. Okay, the main one, Trump appalls world with dictator blast at Zelensky. As I said earlier on this headline, Trump has abandoned his European partners and he has absolutely shat on American people and American veterans, especially veterans who fought in places like Vietnam against communist states or communism and the ideology of communism. But when you get right down to it, Russia is no longer a communist state, it's an oligarchy. It's a authoritarian state run by a fucking mad dictator. So it is. You need to excuse the noise in the background, folks. I think the window cleaner's here. Right, next up, the Herald. And it tells us there's alarming levels of inequality for ethnic doctors. Racism warning from the British Medical Association. Thanks, Stephen. That's awfully generous of you, my friend. And for new people here, if you don't know, on the Two Davies, any money that we get through super chats or through advertisement, we don't make a penny. It all goes to food banks for anybody who doesn't know that here. And in the community, if you're new here, we don't make money for this. Well, we do. The channel makes nearly £1,000 a month, but we don't take any of it. It goes to food banks, just in case you didn't know. Right, so the PMA is telling us that there is increased levels of racism against minority doctors. Well, you know what, BMA? This is your bag. Get your fucking house in order. What are you warning us about the state of your fucking house for? Get it clean, British Medical Association. It's your bag. Wow. And the sideline on the front page of the Herald says ministers may buy Ardrossan Harbour. Now, we've all heard about the stooshy about Ardrossan Harbour and its update. Guess what? The Scottish Government don't own the harbour. And the reason why it's taking time to get things done is because the people who do own the harbour and aren't they going to pipe this upgrade are delaying it. Hey, Harry. Right, next up, the Scotsman. We'll see where it's going. It says, rape victims asked to drop case amid justice delays. And I read that and I thought, sounds like procurator officials asking women or victims of sexual abuse to drop their cases. But that's not the case. Apparently, people who have had sexual offences perpetrated against them are asking the procurator fiscal to drop the cases because it's taking too long to get them into court. And as we know, there's a massive backlog in all the court systems throughout the UK, and that is because of the pandemic and the UK government not investing enough in these services. Thanks, Alistair. Thank you very much. I don't know if that'll make the cut-off this month, same with you and or Stephen, or whether it'll be into next month. As you know, the cut-off's between the 21st and the 26th, which is when the pay is out. And as you know, folks, we'll be visiting Stirlingshire and Clackmannanshire this month to give the money away. Okay. Morning, Moira. 153 watching live. That's quite good, folks. There'll be quite a few on Facebook this morning as well. Right. So, anyway, let's go. Why is the other sideline, the sideline and the Scotsman? It tells us Trump told Zelensky, or Trump saying Zelensky's a dictator. Now, why is that the sideline, the Scotsman? Everywhere else across the newspaper reports, it's all fucking main headline. Why is a sideline on the Scotsman? Well, you see, the Scotsman's a propaganda rag, printed here, and it's a propaganda rag on behalf of the UK state, and international relations are reserved. So therefore, it's getting Jocko in his place. Don't you worry about international relations, Jocko. We'll just make that a wee byline. Just a wee byline for you, Jocko. Don't you worry about international relations until it becomes time to put boots in the fucking ground. Because we've seen in the First World War, Second World War, Iraq conflict, Afghanistan conflict, and any conflict that the UK gets involved in, fucking Jocko's sent in to die first. But when it comes to international relationships, no, that's a byline. That's fuck all to do with you, Jocko, until it becomes time to die. Then it's your business, Jocko. Because then we can some of you troublesome bastards off the planet. Hi, Chris. I hope you enjoy your wee break in Tenerife. Hope it helps improve your health, son. So that's why the Scotsman has what's considered to be the main headline and the other rags as a sideline. Because it's Nina Jocko's fucking business until it comes time to die. Hit the like button, please, folks. It helps the algorithm and that improves advertising revenue so that we can give more to food banks. So please hit the like button. Okay. Next up, we've got Murdoch's rag the scum. And as it seems to tend to these days, it's gone on a celebrity story. And apparently pregnant Michelle in masked raid terror. I don't know who Michelle is, but apparently her and her husband are millionaires and they've got a big house. And 4 masked men tried to break into it while they were at home. Well, that's going to happen more and more as people get more and more desperate as the economy's on the fucking skids. Rachel Reeves has not been getting any good news lately. And the Bank of England's about to spank her arse and all. Because inflation's on its way up again. Back at 3%, and it'll go higher. Right, the other right-wing only English rag in Scotland is still on the gender nonsense. So I'll put it up. No, I guess I will be putting it up. I'll just tell you what it says. I could have sworn I had that one. Thanks, Alistair. I'll put that up and on a second. Right, where are we? The Express. Aye, the Express goes on the gender nonsense. First Minister accused of single-sex space cop-out. I keep saying this. This has got nothing to do with the SNP. It's got nothing to do with Holyrood. The 2010 Equalities Act is fucking reserved. Simple as that. The only party that Scotland gets any say in is equal opportunities in the workplace, equal opportunities in education. That's it. The rest is set in fucking Westminster. This story is starting to bore the shit out of me now. It's also annoying me, folks. Really annoying me that these rags get to pull this crap like the Telegraph and the Express and the Mail. You notice that the actual rags printed here in Scotland don't go near this stuff with a 10-foot bars full. Because they know if they did, because they're based in Scotland, their telephone exchanges would be in fucking meltdown over this nonsense. Because although the Express, the Mail, the Telegraph and the Times don't realise it, we're no fucking stupid up here in Scotland. In fact, per capita we've got more university educated people in Scotland than anywhere else in Europe. Per capita, we're the highest educated population in fucking Europe. And we'll get these monkeys for the London bubble trying to treat us all as stupid. That annoys me. That really annoys me. That grinds my gears. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you. The people of Scotland, thank you, Michael. Thank you. And I can assure you it will go to good causes in Stirlingshire and in Clackmannanshire this month. And when the transactions have been done, as I've been doing all the time, I'll be showing you the receipts. Okay. I should be showing you the emails that are coming in and all, but it's just that having to find these things and put them up one after another, it's an awful lot of work. Especially as I get thousands of bloody emails a day because I don't know how to turn my Facebook notifications into my fucking emails. It's annoying. Whereas I should probably get about 4 or 5 emails a day, I've got fucking hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. I need a teenager to go through this lot and sort it out for me. Right, the National has, let's stick it up. The National has US anti-abortion protesters to defy buffer zone laws. Lennon and Mackay say that Vance's comments have emboldened lobby. Woman becomes first person arrested for alleged breach of legislation. And these two in the picture here, if they want to try it at all, will throw their arse in jail. And because they're American citizens, will then ask the Home Office to fuck them out of Scotland. As criminals. Deport them. Anyway, Labour blasted over U-turn on anti-devolution Tory UK laws. Sarwar's MPs failed to back calls to repeal post-Brexit Act despite previous support. Now, what's the story about? Sarwar and his MSPs along there in Holyrood originally supported overturning the Internal Market Act while the Tories were in power. But now that this mob, the Red Tories, are in power, oh no, the Internal Market Act stays. Limited devolution through the Internal Market Act stays. No better than the blue fucking Tories. And Sarwar is a lying piece of shit. And I'm saying that publicly. If he wants to sue my arse, he knows where to find me. Didn't you wee naff? Anybody wants to sue me for the comments I make in this programme, you know where to find me. I'm not hard to find. I even fucking tell you where I live at the beginning of each programme. But this lying naff, he needs put up short. He should probably end up in court, actually, for misleading the Scottish people. Okay. Next up after the National, we have the Eye, and I'll stick it up. The Eye has Trump calls Zelensky a dictator as row grows over peace talks. There can't be any peace talks without the Ukrainian people being at the table. Simple as that. Now, I have no doubt that Zelensky's got really rich out of this war. But he was freely and democratically elected, as far as we're aware. And he's definitely not a dictator as being claimed by the big orange man baby. And the big orange man baby, as far as I'm concerned, has shown himself to be nothing more than Westminster's sort of the way Westminster is a Washington's poodle. Well, it's looking more and more like Trump is Putin's poodle. Simple as that. And it looks like Trump and Putin are getting ready to carve up the world as we know it. Putin wants all the ex-Soviet states back, and Donald wants Canada, Greenland, Gaza, and Panama. Wonderful stuff, eh? We use two bomb pots lining up with each other. Now, if you go into my timeline on Facebook, folks, you'll see a speech by Bernie Sanders for this morning. And he doesn't fucking miss Trump. He doesn't miss him. That's for sure. Right, next up, we have the Metro. Now, I don't normally put this rag up, but I will this morning because I enjoyed its headline this morning. I really did enjoy its headline this morning. So here we go. And the Metro has heard the one about comedy on the NHS. You're having a laugh. Now, apparently, mental health services in England and Wales are using comedy to help people who've got mental health problems. Sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah. After all, there's nothing better than a good laugh. It lifts the spirits. Especially if you're in a room full of people having a good laugh. It really lifts the spirits and makes you feel included. And a lot of people with mental health issues do not feel included, they feel excluded. So I don't see it as anything to have a laugh about, actually. I think it's a serious matter bringing comedy into the NHS. Especially into mental health services. I don't see it doing any harm at all. Anyway, apparently it's in a bid to get millions of people off pills. I don't know if it'll work for that, but it'll definitely make these people feel better. For a short period of time anyway. And make them feel included. For a short period of time anyway. So I don't see it as being that daft an idea. We'll take that then. Now folks, before I put the star up, I can assure you, what I wrote about Putin when I was doing the bit about the Eye, I hadn't seen the Star's headline at that point in time. But geez, it appears that me and the Star are on the same page today. That's fucking scary. I consider myself to be a wee bit brighter than your average Star reader, director, or fucking reporter. But unfortunately, the Star and I are right on the same page this morning. And I can assure you this is true. When I get through the newspaper review, I do one paper at a time. And the last one in the newspaper review each day is the Star. If you go to Sky, you go to the BBC, and you do, you get the headlines and the front pages of papers. The Star's always the last one. It's not considered a serious paper. It's not considered serious at all. But this morning, the Star is right on the fucking money. So it is. So we'll put it up. And as I say, when I seen it, I'd already covered the eye in the Metro. And the Star was the last one in the review. And when I seen it, I was pissing myself laughing. Hey, John! How's Edith, my friend? Thank you very much, John. This money's going to Stirlingshire and it's going to Clackmannanshire this time round, John. But as you know, we've done Ayrshire and we'll get back to Ayrshire eventually. Thank you very much, John. And give our best to Edith. Thank you. Right. The Star. Let's get it up. You gotta love the Star. We all love the Star. But Alistair, I'm sorry, no boffin again today. Let's blow that up. The Daily Star. Putin's poodle. Orange man baby blames Ukraine for being invaded. But with me having written that Trump was Putin's poodle, when I was covering what was being said in the eye, and then to get to the Star and have this is fucking brilliant. Really made me really made me laugh. The other one that made me laugh here, I know, is Gen Z are terrified of capital letters, and apparently because the reason they're terrified of capital letters is because that's how you shout at somebody in text. You write it all in capital, apparently. There you go. So Gen Z are terrified of capital letters. All right, let's bring that down. Now, that's this morning's newspaper review, and I have to say there's some right nonsense in there, and there's some serious stuff in there. There was also some educational stuff in there, because I had no idea about the Water Industry Commission for Scotland. I had no idea we needed one. We only have one water company, and prior to 2005, we didn't fucking need one. We still don't need one. It's either jobs for the boys, or just after devolution, the Labour Party and then the Labour Lib Dem coalition were looking at selling off Scottish Water. And if I remember right, they did try it. They were pulled up fucking short and told it's no yours to sell. It's no the UK's to sell. It belongs to the people of Scotland, if I remember correct. And this goes away back to 1707. Sorry, 1607, Union of Crowns. When James was making his way to London, as a throwaway remark, because it's always damp and wet here in Scotland, the raining here in Scotland, he gifted the water to the people, but it was recorded in the Parliament. It might have been a throwaway remark for James, but that's why we have nice, clean waterways and water today. It belongs to us, the people. And it's staying with us, the people. Thanks, Duke. Just confirm what I said. King James and his wife out the fucking door heading for London, as a joke, told the Parliament, oh, by the way, my parting gift to the people of Scotland is the water. So there you go. Aye, well. They say it's nice to see you watching in such high numbers today. 158 he's watching right now. Hit the like button, please, folks. It really affects the algorithm. It affects the algorithm, and it brings in more ad revenue for food banks. Now, since we started, you people know we've given away roughly £20,000 thanks to you guys and the advertising revenue we make. As you know, at Christmas there and New Year, we gave over £2,400 to baby banks, 3 of them. And that's all done to you guys. But we can all help by hitting the like button. By hitting the like button, it improves what they call through press, or through traffic. Now, through traffic at this point in time, or last time I looked, I'll have a look and I'll put it up for you. But the click rate going through the YouTube channel is phenomenal. I think it was 160,000 last month. Let's have a look. We'll bring it up for you. Let's get into analytics. Into studio. Into analytics. Now let's look at audience. No, that's not the one. There you go. Impressions 178,900. Now, if just a few of you would hit that like button, the advertising revenue would be cracking at that amount of through traffic on the channel. In fact, that amount of through traffic on the channel is immense. The channel's views so far at the moment is 23,700 views, and that is 767 more than usual. And the impressions, the through traffic, it's up 65%. Okay, that's my understanding. I could be bloody wrong, of course. You guys who are better acquainted with this stuff will know better. But as I say, hit the like button, folks. It does make a difference to the algorithm. It brings more people to the page, and that brings us more advertising revenue, along with the money that you guys raise through super chats and donations straight into the bank. Phenomenal stuff. Right, guys, that's it for today. Well, it's not it for today. We'll be back this afternoon with the other Davey, actually. We'll go through some of the stuff in a wee bit more depth, I hope. If we can keep his eyes on the job with instead of having side conversations with his wife or her work. But it's all good, entertaining stuff. So we'll be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon to go through some more of this stuff. Okay. Now, you guys look after each other. For those who don't watch the afternoon show, see you in the morning. For those that do watch the afternoon show, see you this afternoon, 4 p.m. Don't be late or you're on the fucking naughty step. Alright.